Whoa, gravel. Okay. Come on, dude. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Alright, that's okay. Slow down for the deer. Hey, yes, sir. I don't want them running out in front of me. Oh, I'm ready to get home. Whew, sun's going down. It's getting cool. It's November 9th in Texas. River Road, right outside of New Braunfels, between Canyon Lake and New Braunfels. And I got this Nissan in front of me. It's alright. Slow road anyway, 30 mile an hour. It's a nice road, just a really, really slow road. I wouldn't ride it this slow. Then again, I wouldn't ride it too fast either. Cops patrol this road quite a bit. A lot of campers and stuff like that during the springtime. Not so much this time. A lot of deer on this road though, so. And in places like this, not a lot of maneuver room, so consequences can be a bit costly. I think I'd rather run in the river than run into the rocks. Oh, man. Alright. Thank you, sir. I'm pretty sure he's not stopping for tubes or ice. Probably just getting out of my way. Yes, sir. I salute you. Thank you. Oh boy. dear. I don't know what just hit me. A falling pecan or something like that from a tree, or a big old bug. That kind of hurt a little bit. I was cruising along right around, pretty close, between 40 and 50 miles an hour. Right in the left shoulder. Proof we get fall colors in Texas too. Yeah. Veterans Day tomorrow, and the day after. Wait, no. Veterans Day on Monday. Tomorrow, Marine Corps birthday. Happy birthday, all current former Marines, brothers, sisters. Hoorah, Semper Fi, happy birthday, and happy Veterans Day to all veterans and those currently serving. All my brothers and sisters. My wife and I are both veterans of the Marine Corps. I also spent some time in the Army National Guard. Besides being activated with them and sent to Iraq with them, that was kind of meh at best. But no harm, no foul to the folks that are in it. Just wasn't my thing, especially after the Marines. It was kind of like, what? Didn't like the weekend warrior thing. I haven't spent a lot of time with when I was in the Marines. Spent some time with the Marine Corps Reserve units too. I think as a reservist, I would have been much happier with the Marine Corps Reserve than the National Guard. I think the Marine Corps Reserve has a better way of doing things. The fact that they have an I&I staff of active duty people that take care of the mundane stuff from Monday through Friday, so that when the reservists come out, they can have good training is a good model. The National Guard, they have their readiness NCO guy, whatever, who's an AGR dude, but they don't have enough people there on the weekends to take care of stuff, and so when the reservists come in on the weekend, they spend way too much time doing administrative stuff and not doing good training. And it's just kind of a bummer coming in for a drill weekend and just not really training. I was freaking infantryman and spending time in a freaking armory just cleaning weapons or doing paperwork and stuff like that, but not live fire, not going out and maneuvering and all those things that you should be doing. Stuff that I know they did do in the Marine Reserve. I had 2 enlistments in the Marines with 6 months in between where I was a reservist, and those 6 months I spent as a reservist, every weekend we went out and did stuff. Like, went out and did real Marine stuff. We would get together on a Friday, head out somewhere on Friday night, hit the ground wherever we got, and it was boots. It was, full, pedal to the metal. All the way until sometime Sunday morning, we'd get back on buses that would take us back into town, back to the armory, clean up our weapons and everything like that, and turn them in. We spent that most of the time awake and patrolling, or at best we got to sleep at all. It was sleeping in shifts and, hold up into some night position or whatever like that, or laying up in an ambush position or whatever and taking naps, sleeping, even though we weren't supposed to, but we got some good training. National Guard, not so much. But I didn't spend too much time with the National Guard other than an activated time with where I went to Iraq with them. I joined up just so I could go and do a tour with the National Guard in Iraq, figuring if I didn't like the Army side of things, it's just that I would just be one weekend a month. I ended up liking it and wanted to activate at the end of my tour in Iraq and stay active duty with the Army and finish my military career that way. But the surge in Iraq ended about that time, and they started doing real drawbacks and everything like that. So I was like, nope, gotta deactivate, go back to the States. And then the job I had just really wasn't conducive to being a reservist, being an aerial surveyor. I was always gone. Never even got to drill that much with my unit. I was always out of state, somewhere way far away, and I would come in and make up my time doing paperwork and stuff like that, pushing a broom around an armory. And I was a sergeant, a squad leader, or a mortar section leader, and that's just not good to be a leader and not be able to, do that kind of stuff. I moved to Texas and just never was able to get my transfer from one state to another to go through, and I just said, admin sent me, this not really enjoying it anyway. But anyway, no harm, no foul to those that do. Thank you for your service. I look at Marines now, I'm like, man, what a bunch of freaking animals, and think, well, I was one at one time. It was hard to believe. It was freaking hard for me, too. It wasn't easy. I always found things very hard in it. But I did enjoy it. For the most part. Nice, slow evening ride. No rush, just getting on the bike, burning some rubber a little bit. Actually, really more than anything else, just to burn some gas in this bike. And I've got multiple bikes, so I got to make sure they all get ridden, and so they don't get wasted. You know, and the weather and other things haven't been the most conducive to riding to and from work every day. So it's been a couple weeks since this bike got ridden, and that's not good for a motorcycle to sit at that. I think it's not good for a bike to sit that long without being used. So I try to use a bike every day if I can, and every day take a different bike so that every bike gets ridden every couple days. They stay happy, they stay healthy, and I stay happy and sane that way. I don't lose my mind. I am a high school math teacher. This is my therapy on two wheels. That's how I have the nerve to get in, go back and do it every day. Alright, we're getting back into New Braunfels now. Home, as it were. Alright, Harley Davidson dealership, right down the road from my house. I'm looking forward to them getting that new Pan American in stock. I will definitely be checking that out with great interest. Not that I'm going to be in the market for one, but if I were in the market for a big bore touring adventure touring bike, ADV bike, in the vein of a BMW GS, or Ducati Multistrada, Triumph Tiger, whatever, I might have to give a look to that Harley Davidson Pan American. First of all, dealerships right down the road, dealerships all over the place, and I've never seen a dealership that is so active doing things with its customers as that Harley Davidson dealership right there. Never owned a Harley. My dad does, but I've never owned one. I've always owned European bikes and Japanese bikes. European, I guess you can consider a Ural, a European brand. Russian, I had a Ural. I've had 3 KLR650s, a Kawasaki Ninja 500, a Triumph Sprint ST, Triumph Scrambler, Kawasaki Versys X300. Had a Honda Nighthawk for a little bit, 250 Nighthawk. The Versys X300 and the Nighthawk 250 were they were for my daughter, but those were the bikes that have been in my garage today. So I am not a brand purist by any stretch of the imagination. If it's got 2 wheels and a motor, I like it. Even scooters. Yeah, I do like scooters. I am not a moto snob. Look down my nose at scooter riders. I wave at them. I wave at dudes on trikes. I wave at the dudes in the Can-Am Spiders. I wave at the Harley Davidson riders. A lot of them won't wave back, but that's on them. I don't care. I am not a moto snob of any sort. I like all brands, all bikes. Just some particular models I like more than others. Never found the cruiser riding position to be too comfortable, and I find that it's too much of a compromise in style to be. It's just not functional enough for me and what I like. I like the adventure bikes. I like the dual sport bikes, and I like standard motorcycles. That's my thing. I used to like sport bikes, but it's not really my cup of anymore. Because I don't want any kind of bike to keep me back from going on any road that I see, no matter what the conditions of that road are. A dirty road, dirt road, gravel road, let's ride it. Oh, another thing, I don't want to be spending a lot of time polishing chrome. And dirty cruisers just don't look good. Dirty sport touring bikes, not sport touring bikes, they don't look so good dirty either. Near any sport bike, but a dirty bike like a KLR650, fine. When I had the Ural, nah, that sucker it's supposed to look dirty. It's freaking Russian. It looks like a war machine. So if it looks clean, there's something wrong with that. My Triumph Scrambler I've got, I think the dirtiness gives it a certain patina. It's a 2006 that I've owned since new. I don't know how many times people ask me or say something about my museum piece when I ride it, thinking that it's actually from the 60s or whatever. Part of that because by design, part of that because of the way I ride the snot out of it. If I got time to wash a bike, that means I could be riding a bike, and that's what I prefer to do. So my bike's got to be a bike that at least it looks appropriate for it to be filthy. Because I ride them in all weather, all year long. Alright, that's enough of my ranting. And once again, happy Veterans Day to the veterans out there. And happy birthday tomorrow to all the Marines, former and current. Hoorah, Semper Fi.